Hey there, welcome back to Meg's Literary Lounge. Today, we're diving into a treasure trove of heartwarming tales with our top clean romance book picks. Whether you're in the mood for sweet love stories that make you sigh or charming tales that bring a smile to your face, we've got you covered. So grab your favorite cozy blanket, a hot cup of coffee, and let's get lost in the world of romance that warms the heart without the heat. Ready to discover your next favorite read? He quit believing in love a long time ago. She won't quit until she finds the one, and he's everything she's not looking for. Holly Green is on a mission to find her happily ever after, and her journey to love does not include a detour to bad boy Bartenderville, population Jax Granger. Jax may be witty, smart-mouthed, and handsome, but he's the kind of guy who views love as a four-letter word, and the last thing Holly needs is to waste any more time. She's in her seeking Prince Charming era, not her playboy villain era. But after he saves her from the world's worst date, Holly sees an opportunity. Jax may not check any of the boxes on her list, but he's the perfect person to help her find a man who does. All she has to do is stick to the plan and stay out of the sexy bartender's arms. Easy peasy lemon squee. Oops. It was only meant to be one date. At the urging of my friend, who insisted I needed more excitement in my life, I reluctantly agreed. Fun wasn't exactly my forte, especially considering the tumultuous love life of my own mother, which left me with a steadfast rule: avoid relationships with men to prevent attachment. Actually, it's just one rule: steer clear of emotional entanglements with men. I didn't anticipate any concerns. Attachment had never been a problem for me. To me, this guy was just a companion for the basketball game. I had no intentions of investing in my date, or the unexpected appearance of the kiss cam, or the kiss itself, or the spontaneous evening spent with the one man determined to disrupt my orderly world. Yet, when my life takes an unexpected turn, he's also the one demonstrating that good men exist, dreams can materialize, and sometimes, tossing aside the rulebook is when the magic truly unfolds. Riley, a passionate lover of all things musical theater, dreams of becoming a Broadway director. However, her aspirations hit a roadblock when she gets grounded for taking her mom's car without permission. To make matters worse, she's sentenced to spend her after-school hours at her dad's game shop. Determined not to let the setback derail her plans to revive her high school's spring musical, Riley strikes a deal with Nathan, a nerdy teen employee at the shop. In exchange for covering her shifts, Riley agrees to flirt with Nathan to make his crush, a fellow gamer girl, jealous. But Riley soon finds herself unexpectedly drawn into Nathan's world of Dungeons and Dragons, discovering that role-playing can be surprisingly enjoyable. As their fake relationship begins to blur the lines of reality, Riley starts to wonder if her feelings for Nathan might not be as fabricated as she initially thought. Daniela Daisy Maria had always yearned for love, a sentiment fostered by countless Friday nights spent indulging in romantic comedies. What she hadn't anticipated was finding it in her childhood confidant, Levi. It was the kind of love that stirred her hands and quickened her heart, a love she never imagined she'd feel for her best friend. But when Levi failed to reciprocate her feelings, their bond shattered, and she vowed to erase him from her life. 4 years later, amidst the bustling ambience of a West Village bar, Levi reappeared, as captivating as ever. Perhaps it was the soft glow of the lights, or the gentle curl of his hair that beckoned her, but Daniela couldn't resist when he proposed that she pose as his girlfriend for his sister's wedding. The prospect of rekindling their friendship and rectifying her past misjudgment was too compelling to decline. Yet, as the facade of their fake relationship unfurled, Daniela found herself grappling with a torrent of reawakened emotions. Each orchestrated romantic moment and fleeting glance reignited dormant feelings, leaving her torn between the allure of affection and the fear of reliving past heartache. She couldn't help but wonder if she should have refused, shielding her heart from the possibility of another painful rejection. Perry Hawthorne is strictly my boss. No crush involved. When I'm hired as the virtual assistant for one of the renowned Hawthorne brothers, known for their rugged looks and family-operated farm and event center, I make it my mission to maintain a professional distance. His grumpy demeanor aids my cause. His irresistibly attractive profile picture, however, does not. Yet, even if I harbor a tiny crush, which I vehemently deny, I refuse to entertain real feelings for numerous reasons. Aside from the business aspect of our association, I'm a single mom. My son Jack is my priority, and my grumpy, divorced, and humorless boss hardly fits the bill as stepdad material. But when Perry promotes me to an in-person assistant, I begin to question my initial impressions. He surprises me with his warmth toward Jack, and sparks of chemistry ignite between us, threatening to dismantle all my carefully constructed defenses. However, given Perry's recent messy divorce, I doubt he's prepared for a new relationship. Yet, it's not just my heart at stake, it's Jack's too. After the hardships we endured following my husband's death, I'm hesitant to take any risks, no matter how much Jack longs for a father figure. When Tatum Elliot arrives to oversee the catering kitchen at Lennox's family farm and event center, he harbors the same distrust he felt back in culinary school. Despite his reservations, Tatum is now on Lennox's turf, in the kitchen that adjoins his farm-to-table restaurant. Their old rivalry reignites like a blazing fire, yet there's an undeniable heat simmering between them as well. A heat that surpasses anything cooking in the kitchen. But Lennox can't shake the fact that Tatum is the daughter of Christopher Elliot, a renowned chef. In his mind, she belongs in a bustling city, with her own restaurant bearing her name, not running the catering operations at Stonebrook Farm. Regardless of her current motivations, Lennox can't envision Tatum permanently forsaking the fame and wealth her father can provide, no matter how seamlessly she integrates into farm life, or how well she complements him. Lennox is convinced she'll depart eventually. His only mission is to ensure that when she does, she doesn't take his heart along with her. Sadie adamantly refuses to succumb to the charms of the sharp-tongued, handsome billionaire who lays claim to Oakley Island. Yet, his yacht presents a different scenario altogether. Love and fairy tale endings? They're not in Sadie's playbook. Preferring to maintain her distance from others, she dedicates herself to her government cybersecurity role. However, when her hacking escapades land her in hot water, necessitating a period of lying low, what better refuge than Oakley Island with her sisters? With limited accommodation choices, Sadie reluctantly agrees to stay on the yacht of the persistently irksome Benedict King, the billionaire who has persistently flirted with her since their first encounter. What she didn't agree to, though, was an unexpected sea voyage. Awakening to find the yacht adrift in the Atlantic, accompanied by 2 government agents assigned to monitor her and the ever-present Benedict King, who, incidentally, fabricated being her boyfriend. Typical of wealthy individuals, believing they can obtain whatever they desire. However, Sadie is determined to protect her heart, even as she glimpses his vulnerable side, penetrates his defenses, and sees the true man beyond his public persona. Frankly, this might prove to be more perilous than any of the trouble she's stirred up before. Because if Sadie falls for Benedict King, she fears there may be no rescue in sight. Audrey, a wildlife biologist in a secluded mountain town, remains blissfully unaware of Hollywood's glitz and glamour. She certainly wouldn't recognize Flint Hawthorne, the industry's biggest heartthrob, even if he stood at her doorstep. As Audrey accidentally trespasses onto Flint's sprawling estate, her world collides with that of the renowned movie star. Detained for her unintended intrusion, she finds herself unexpectedly thrust into the spotlight, exchanging her fieldwork gear for a glamorous ensemble at Flint's insistence. What began as a simple request for access to research land quickly spirals into Audrey accompanying Flint as his fabricated girlfriend to a Hollywood premiere. Although their relationship is merely a facade, Audrey can't ignore the genuine chemistry sparking between them. Despite her affinity for solitude and wildlife, she finds herself drawn to Flint's charismatic lifestyle. Navigating the glitzy world of celebrity proves challenging for Audrey, who finds solace in the simplicity of her former life. Yet, as her heart begins to betray her logical mind, she questions whether their pretend romance is truly artificial after all. All Kelsey wanted was a peaceful summer on her family's ranch in Idaho, a respite from the hustle and bustle of city life. With her fiancé in California, she returned home for 3 months to focus on wedding preparations. There were decisions to be made, chores to be done, and a wedding gown to fit into. However, her tranquility is shattered when an unwelcome presence resurfaces. Cade, the perennial troublemaker who had made Kelsey's life a constant battle of pranks and mischief during their high school years. Despite Kelsey's efforts to leave their tumultuous past behind, her father hires Cade to work on the ranch for the summer. Determined to avoid being drawn into Cade's antics and distractions, Kelsey resolves to stay focused on her wedding plans and adult responsibilities. But as old tensions resurface and new challenges emerge, Audrey finds herself embroiled in a battle of wills with her childhood nemesis once again, unsure if she can resist his undeniable charm and the unresolved score between them. Annie Walker, content with her quiet life running a flower shop in Rome, Kentucky, embarks on a quest to find her ideal partner. However, the close-knit community leaves Annie with limited dating options, and a disheartening encounter with a date who deems her boring prompts her to reevaluate herself. Inspired by romance movies, Annie decides to embrace a more flirtatious and fun persona, seeking the help of Will Griffin, a sexy and tattooed bodyguard temporarily back in Rome. Will's return to town is met with a personal mission: to avoid entanglements with the locals, particularly Annie. However, when tasked with assisting Annie in her quest for love, Will reluctantly agrees, knowing that Annie deserves someone who appreciates her for who she is. Despite his reservations, Will finds himself drawn to Annie's genuine warmth and kindness. As they embark on practice dates and tutoring sessions, Annie discovers hidden depths beneath Will's stoic exterior. Their friendship deepens, blurring the lines between teacher and student. Amidst steamy encounters and unexpected emotions, Annie begins to question her definition of the perfect partner, realizing that perhaps authenticity is more important than perfection in matters of the heart. Amelia Rose, known as Ray Rose in the glitzy world of pop, is exhausted from upholding her glamorous image. Seeking solace, she embarks on a spontaneous getaway inspired by the classic film Roman Holiday. However, instead of jetting off to Rome, she finds herself stranded in Rome, Kentucky. Noah Walker, the pragmatic owner of a pie shop, discovers Amelia parked on his lawn with car troubles. Despite his initial reluctance to get involved in celebrity drama, Noah offers her a temporary refuge in his guest room until her car is repaired. As they spend time together, Noah witnesses a different side of Amelia beyond her public persona. Despite knowing she will soon return to her high-profile life on tour, Noah shows her the simple joys of small-town living, and Amelia helps him open his heart to new experiences. Caught between the allure of her glamorous career and the charm of the quaint town, Amelia finds herself drawn to both the place and its grumpy but endearing guide, Noah. However, like Audrey in Roman Holiday, she knows that eventually she must bid farewell to Rome. Hannah Brooks may appear more suited to a classroom than a battlefield, but don't let her gentle demeanor fool you. She's an elite bodyguard with lethal skills. Her latest assignment? Protecting a Hollywood heartthrob from a relentless stalker. Jack Stapleton, the epitome of a Hollywood superstar, finds himself returning to his family's Texas ranch when his mother falls ill. Desperate to keep his stalker and the truth about his protection detail hidden from his family, Jack enlists Hannah to pose as his girlfriend. As Hannah reluctantly agrees to the charade, she realizes that shielding Jack from physical harm is the easy part. However, safeguarding her own heart proves to be a far greater challenge. As their facade deepens, Hannah finds herself falling for Jack against her better judgment. Protecting him may be her duty, but protecting her own heart may prove to be her toughest assignment yet. And that wraps up our journey through the pages of Heartwarming Tales for today. If any of these stories have captured your heart, or if you've got recommendations of your own, let's chat in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed our bookish adventure, and subscribe to Meg's Literary Lounge for more great reads. Until next time, happy reading!